Hi, I'm Nicole Oman.
And I'm Ryan Oman.
And together we are the Empowering Omens
with the Golden Collective. Today is Fearless Friday, and we're focusing on the throat chakra, aka Vishuddha. And Vishuddha means purification. Because this week's theme is attraction, what we want to do is purify our intentions, our truth, our honesty, our expression, so that we can attract.
And we can attract what we truly want. So when we're attracting, we have to look at attraction like mirrors, right? Mm-hmm. So we're attracting our mirrors. They might be really good mirrors that show us what we like about ourselves, or they can be not so great mirrors that show us what we're lacking or what we are refusing to express.
But the one thing that a mirror does have is honesty. Mirrors don't lie. They reflect back to you what you are presenting to it.
Maybe the brutal truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I find that mirrors work both ways. They either reflect what we're doing and we don't want to see, or they're reflecting the opposite of what we're doing. So if we are on one side of the coin and we are being completely stubborn in one expression, we are going to see the mirror of the other expression, like the yin to the yang. And that lack of balance can be what really bothers us about someone else. Because if we're out of lack of balance and we're rejecting something about ourselves, that mirror showing what we have rejected irritates the crap out of us.
Right.
And that is showing us what we're lacking, our lack of wholeness, our lack of integration.
And you can look at this in another way, as you are putting on a mask.
Mm-hmm.
And that mask is what you're actually seeing in the reflection. So you're not seeing the true you because you're not expressing the true you. You're expressing yourself behind a mask, this politics card. And therefore you are getting a reflection of that mask. And so you might not even realize you're doing it, but now it's time to come to terms with the truth. And the truth is you're putting something out there that is being reflected back to you. And that reflection is giving you an opportunity to look at it honestly and make a decision if that's what you really want to be putting out there.
And then if you start to really accept and not berate yourself too much, and realize that reflection is trying to get you to look deeper within you, you get to make a choice and a decision on the way that you are expressing yourself, or more than anything, the way you're not expressing yourself. Because I think a lot of it is we shut ourselves down, we put on a mask and we go, I'm good. Yeah, and we're not. There's a lot of things behind the scenes that are going on where we're not really allowing to express our authenticity. Look, we have to put on social masks. I'm not saying that. In a society at this day and age, we don't have to look at a perfect stranger that asks us how we are and go, yeah, just all the above. Like, you don't want to do that. I mean, there is a certain harmony and balance to it. But if you're not telling your mate how you're really feeling when you want to put on airs, you've been in a relationship for 10 years and you don't want to tell them your vulnerability or what you need or what you want or what you don't like or what you do like or what's pleasing you sexually or what's not or whatever, all the things, right? So whatever that is, the more intimate that we can be with our intimate friends and our intimate partners, the more you're going to be able to see a deeper part of yourself. And that is going to bring in deeper reflections to you so that you can have a more authentic tribe, a more authentic relationship, and a more authentic experience.
Yeah, and the truth is that if you're lying to your partner, you're lying to your family, or you're lying to your friends, chances are you're truly just lying to yourself. And the honesty that you're not willing to have with yourself is that mask, right? That's that separation of the truth and what you're expressing. And so what we're doing today with the throat chakra is we're trying to reestablish that honesty. Take that mask off, let that truth show through and express itself so that you can really attract the things that you're looking for.
And as we were going through these cards today, one thing that really kind of popped up that I wanted to talk about, wanted to express, is this idea in the spiritual community. There's a lot of blog posts out there that I've seen about this dynamic between the narcissist and the empath, okay? And I've had this in my life because I am an extreme empath. And so we have to look at those reflections too. If we are extremely spiritual, extremely heartfelt. We want to help everybody. We are this empath. We end up attracting certain types of narcissism. And narcissism looks like extreme amounts of selfishness. But there is a dynamic that these two, that's why you hear about this particular relationship paradigm, narcissist, empath. But the empath is not the victim here. It's not. And I have to say that being an empath and having these relationship paradigms, that those two dynamics are playing off each other.
There's another way you can look at it is not just an empath, but a savior. And the savior complex is in its own way a narcissist, because now you're the special. You're the one that can save that other person or save those other people or save the world for whatever it may be. That is its own form of narcissism. Although it's coming from an altruistic place or intention, it's still being expressed in a state of narcissism. I'm the special. I'm the one that's important. I'm
going
the
to
one
fix them.
who can fix them because essentially they're broken, whoever that may be.
And because of that, we end up holding on to relationships that don't fully serve us, because the fact of the matter is we're so focused on saving the world or focused on saving someone else that isn't appreciating us, is because we are deflecting, or we're deflecting off of ourselves and we're trying to save someone else.
Right.
The only one that can save you, sorry Christianity, but the only one that can save you is the connection to God within, not a God without.
Which I think that if you really boil down to Jesus' teachings, it does talk about that. And I think it's, well, we can go into a lot about that.
I'm saying Christianity, not
Christ
Jesus.
himself, right?
Yes.
So the basic idea is that this chakra also has to do with music and sound and vibration. So a good way for you to get into the resonance, if you don't have a bowl like this, is to listen to music that resonates with what you're trying to achieve. And since we're talking about mirrors, the song that popped up in my head today is Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror.
Man.
I mean, it's very difficult to find a person who doesn't like that song. I know we all have different opinions on Michael Jackson as well as Christianity, but we definitely can agree that's a damn good song. So that's a good place to start for getting into that place of authenticity and accepting what you're really putting out there. Now, if you can get into that level of acceptance where you really believe, okay, this is the true me, this is what's honestly coming from me, this is what I'm expressing from my heart, that's when you can start to unlock your creativity. And when you can unlock your creativity, then you can express what it is that you are trying to attract. And that's what we want you to get to today as we move into the meditation with the singing bowl, is that idea of truth and honesty and pulling off our masks, our social masks, our protective coating, so that we can then express ourselves with truth and authenticity, which will then bring in what we want, what we desire, and what we really resonate with.
What we're all wanting to attract, by the way, and I'm going to just put it out there because I think every single human being, with all our power and powerlessness, with all our fears and lack and all these things and depression and all the things that are going on, I think there's one thing we're all desiring, and that is connection. That is a state of feeling seen, held, felt, understood, a feeling of wholeness, a feeling of oneness, right? And so if we are not being honest with ourselves and we keep our masks up with us personally, with ourselves, we're not getting a deep connection or wholeness or oneness with our own being. How are we going to really have deep, intimate tribes, relationships, and intimate connections? And so the more that you can see and embrace your authentic self, your authentic nature, you will naturally gravitate to and attract things that are in alignment and in authenticity, whether that would be people, career situations, job situations, money situations. The more authentic we become, the more aligned with our authentic path we become.
Yeah, so as we get into this meditation, what I want you to do is take that concept of the mask, right? Imagine yourself putting on the mask as you breathe in, whatever that thing is that you're using to protect yourself. Pull that mask on and wear it, own it, be the mask, right? And then hold your breath, remove the mask, and exhale with authenticity. Exhale with that truth, the true honest you that's living under the mask. So we're going to first put the mask on. That's our breath in. Then we are going to pull the mask off, and we're going to exhale our truth during the meditation today.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah.
All right,
Let's do
get
it.
into it.
Allow yourself to just be. Feel the masks. Feel the protective coating, the armor that we have put all over ourselves so we can be protected and feel safe. Allow yourself to be beneath the mask and the armor right now. Allow yourself to just feel the difference between your armor and your true nature. As you feel behind that mask, do you feel safe, or do you feel like it's restricting you? Instead of allowing the mask to fall away or the armor to fall away, I want it to become integrated in your skin like scales. So no matter what happens to you, you will always be divinely protected, but you embrace those things that you feel are not you. We are embracing and integrating rather than rejecting. Allow yourself to completely embrace where you are, letting go of judgment or shame. Allow yourself to become one with all that you are in this moment right now. You have permission to be deeply intimate, to accept everything that you're feeling, experiencing, and thinking. Nothing needs to be rejected. You can express your authenticity, even if you're not feeling great. You can express how you truly feel, because in that truth is a gift. The gift is of awakening. The gift is of seeing with different eyes. And the gift is truth. The truth breaks away anything that is inauthentic. Trust the moment. Trust yourself. Trust that deep, true nature. And it is done. And it is done. It is done. It is done. And that's our cue because the baby just woke up.
Remember this phrase. This is one of our acting teachers from Los Angeles told us this, and it's always stuck with us. The truth may piss you off at first, but then it will set you free. So don't be afraid to piss people off or piss yourself off, because it will set you and the person you're expressing your truth to. Make sure it's truth though. Don't just go out and piss people off. If it's the truth,
that'll bring
it
up
will
the
eventually set you free.
Well, and the truth sometimes isn't pretty. And one of the things that I've seen, and I watched a YouTube video about a girl talking about authenticity, and they're like, your authentic self is the one that doesn't care about other people's thoughts, and da da da. And I'm like, the authentic self of me, if I'm really honest with myself, does care sometimes, and does feel victim, and does get hurt, and does get my panties in a wad. Mm-hmm. Why are we rejecting the ugly part of ourselves?
Just remember, you can't experience anger or frustration if you don't care. Have you ever been angry about something you didn't care about? Mm-hmm. So just remember, anger is just an expression of care. And it may be a distorted expression at times, but there's a lot of energy behind anger. So don't just assume that anger or frustration is a bad thing. Maybe it's trying to show you where things are out of alignment, where you're not being honest, so that you can then express that anger, express it. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, there's the truth of it.
And anger builds up when we're getting to the place of enough is enough, mm-hmm. right? And so when we're needing to express a boundary. So if we continue to swallow our emotions and we continue to swallow expression, you're going to cause disease or even obesity and protection and all those things, right? And so we're not attracting what we really want because we're not expressing our truth. But the most courageous beings are the ones that express the truth, because they create the biggest change, and they also create the greatest attraction, because they are the rebel with a cause that is really showing something that's admirable.
Admirable.
All
right, so as we talk about expression, we would love for you to express how you feel about our work. So feel free to throw in some comments. Make sure you share, do all the social media things. Click the little bell that tells you when we are posting. And remember, if you need support, if you need a group that is honest, look no further than the Golden Collective. You will get buckets and buckets of honesty, but it is coming from a very authentic, loving place.
You know what we should also talk about?
What's that?
Let's put it out there. Well, next month we are going to be doing an intimacy and communication retreat in Michigan.
What a perfect time to talk about it here on Fearless Friday. Let's be fearless and express our truth. We're doing a workshop.
And I feel some new people coming in. I really do. We're doing it in Michigan at Ryan's Family Cottage. Mm-hmm. We, if you do come to the workshop, we are going to be taking care of accommodations and food with the price of admission.
As well as activities.
Yeah. We're going to be working on deep intimacy. So if you wanted to bring your significant other, we have 4 rooms that are available for couples. So if you really want to get into a place where you're expressing yourself with honesty, with authenticity, and with deep, deep intimacy, if you are looking to create these more significant bonds with your partner, with a friend, just by yourself, we're allowing singles to come too. So if you really want to give yourself permission to be honestly and authentically yourself, come and join us. We'll put a link.
Yep.
We'll put a link.
Yeah, we'll have the information up, and you can direct message us if you're on Instagram, or you can send us a message on YouTube, or you can email. We got all the things, so you can get a hold of us, and we will tell you all the details about it. And we hope you guys will make it.
All right, everyone. We will see you again tomorrow with Insightful Saturday, and we're getting all the way up to that third eye.
Yes, finally.
Yay! All right, we will see you tomorrow. Namaste. Namaste.